in. You don't even got to worry about it.
Yeah, T-Mobile Tuesday, baby. What you trying to do?
Not T-Mobile Tuesday.
Miss Berry, Tej will treat you right.
Listen, I got a mini dash discount sitting in my thing right now.
In fact, Tej will hyphenate. He'll take your name.
I will be Mr. Berry immediately. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, bro.
My dad will have to
Berry.
understand.
David Justice, you bum. There's a reason the Yankees traded you to the A's.
Wasn't David Justice in Moneyball? Not David Justice, but like portrayed in Moneyball?
Yeah, they traded him because he was old and haggard, and they're just like, we'll eat your contract, whatever.
If anyone should know the value of movie stardom, it should be a guy who quite literally is portrayed in Moneyball.
Right.
Also, was he still playing while they were together? It's like you're not even here most of the time.
Right.
What I'm gonna be here cooking for?
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man, I guess.
That's the whole man.
Like I saw him and I was like, where did he come from? Like, is he new?
That man is 49 years old, and someone got my mentions and said, well, they asked him. Like, does that, like, you're gossiping about your ex of 20 years ago when she's at home happy making videos with her new babe? Like, what are you talking about?
Wasn't he also wearing a fedora?
Of course he was.
Fuck him.
Welcome to a One Take podcast. Get this, guys. Episode 200.
We made it. We made it.
We didn't disclose that to Derek, but Derek, you have been here almost since the very beginning, so you are a guest for 200.
Okay. God, I told myself I wasn't going to do this. Wow. I literally just looked at y'all's feed today and did not correlate that this was episode 200. So this is very fun.
Well, in some feeds it says the episode number, some feeds it doesn't. It lets you know a little behind baseball. We're on episode like 210. Like, it's just like
yeah, we used to just randomly just not number some of them, and we were like, this is not a real episode, but now like
this is like a half episode. There's some movie commentaries in there.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like Dex
yeah, we watched along with Drumline.
Yeah, we got drunk and watched Drumline. That was fun. That
still holds up, by the way. Still a good film.
That's some mid-pandemic shit, Dex, that we have gotten through. But look, we're on the back end. We got real cinema here again. A summer of real cinema, I will say. But we were planning on trying to what I don't know. Last time, I think when we had episode 100, you, Derek, and a bunch of our guests of yesteryear came on and gave their worst takes or whatever it was. And we're thinking about trying and doing some of that. And then it was just too much work. And but also Weapons came out. And I said, look, if Weapons is really him, we're doing Weapons for episode 200. And it turns out Weapons might actually be him. So that's what we're doing. Episode 200, Weapons. Let's just get right into it. After 30 minutes of David Justice talk, but Weapons, 2025 movie, rated R, 2 hours, 8 minutes long, 7.9 on IMDb, number one popularity movie on the website, number one movie in the world right now, I believe, or at least in America. But when all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanishes on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. Written and directed by Zach Kreger. His follow-up to Barbarian, 81 Metascore, stars Julia Garner, having a summer with heralding, if you will. She's heralding herself a summer. She was the Silver Surfer teach. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I wouldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, Josh Brolin, Alden Ehrenreich, still carving a path for himself in Hollywood. I'm glad to see him actually land on his feet after Star Wars fans tried to run him off the internet. But Carrie Christopher is Alex. Benedict Wong just coming in throwing 100 miles an hour. Love me some Benedict. And Austin Abrams. So yeah, that's some other ones. Whitmer Thomas is Alex's dad. Oh wait, why am I Callie Sharetta as Alex's mom? And where is Amy Madigan as Gladys, who comes in halfway through the movie, and you may know that name. and I was like, I've seen this woman before. And if you're a fan of like 80s and 90s cinema, like I am, she is the mom / wife from Field of Dreams.
Yep.
It took me Caitlin writing when Caitlin and I were riding in the car. It took her looking up who that was for me to figure it out. And I was like, there's no way that was her. Anyway, yeah, she's here. And this movie was a hit. Do we know the box office? I guess we've all seen it probably.
78,000, I think, total.
78,000.
Yes. $72. No, 78 million. I'm sorry, I believe.
Yeah, I'm seeing right now. You're probably right. It's like as of we're recording right now on IMDb, it's 71 million on a $38 million budget. That's crazy. This has
we're getting that sequel, boys.
Man,
this
is pumping out the money. We are not far from a world in which every movie at the movie
it's just horror movie. Yeah. 95% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 87% from audiences. Episode 200, Derek. We try to lead with the guest. Give us your weapons take.
Awesome. So first of all, I think this is also like a full circle moment because y'all had me on for Barbarian too.
Nice.
So this is a full,
that was not even
didn't do that on purpose.
Did not do that on purpose.
Again, I said I was looking through y'all's feed today, and I remembered that y'all had me on for Barbarian. So this is a very like fun moment for me because I literally just recently rewatched Barbarian, and I was like, was this as good as I thought it was? It's fun. It's really fun. I give weapons though. I give it an A. I think that top to bottom, it is. I think I've been telling friends this. I know for sure, and I think I put it on Letterboxd. But it is. It quickly climbed the rank to like my top 3 favorite movies of the year, and it's not number 3. And I think the only thing that's keeping it, for me at least, from being an A plus, is the ending. I think they kind of like fumbled the ending just a little bit for me. Not too terribly much, but I was left a little bit like, oh, like you could have done more with that. But we'll get into that with spoiler talks. But every performance in this movie I think is incredible. The music, oh my gosh, I was blown away just by like the score and how it adds to everything. I think the writing is really good. The comedy in this movie I think is a really A plus comedy, and it also just helps like relieve the tension because this movie's scary as fuck. Like there were some things that happened in this movie that I was like, did I watch this movie through half squinted eyes? Yes, but like it doesn't matter. Like I saw what I needed to see, and what I saw was cinema. So it's getting an A.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. Martin Scorsese found dead in a ditch. Quentin Tarantino missing for 3 days.
All right. Hey, Dex, I think we all kind of know what the roundabout is going to be on this, but go ahead.
Yeah, I give it an A plus. I freaking love this movie. When the trailer first came out, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm seeing that movie," because I don't like horror movies where weird shit happens to kids or whatever.
Which is weird because you love Barbarian, but we had to convince you to go to Barbarian too.
Yeah, Barbarian is very, very good. But I was like, yeah, I'm out on like things happening to children. I'm good on that. That movie, Good Boy, about the dog or whatever. I'm good on that. Like I don't need children and animals to be hurt in my cinema. But I eventually decided to suck it up and go to this movie, and I enjoyed basically every second of it. Yeah, it's obviously terrifying and like dread-inducing, and you're like just waiting for the worst possible things to happen at every single turn, which, I am starting to come around on that being a good recreational activity. Just like feeling dread. Before
you don't live you don't live in the world?
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever.
Brother, just close your eyes.
Was it our 100th episode that we did Midsummer for? Or I don't remember.
It was like our 50th or something.
50th, yeah. But I think that was like the first time I watched a horror movie. It was for that episode of the podcast. So now we've come a long way. I'm starting to understand the recreational value of these things.
What a strange first horror movie to watch. That is
Midsummer.
Dude,
It's daytime the whole time.
I took down like a whole pack of White Claws in anticipation of that movie, like just to get myself like comfortable enough to watch that
Recreational
movie.
horror. It's like you're microdosing horror.
But yeah, so this movie, I was like, I don't want anything crazy, terrible to happen to the kids or whatever. Fortunately, like we were fine. But yeah, like this movie is Kreger knows how to build up dread, and he knows how to make you like look at the screen and be like, oh my god, like the worst shit ever is about to happen. And then normally it doesn't in Barbarian or in this movie, but then eventually some like crazy shit does happen. And you're like, that was just fucking awesome. I love that. He knows how to balance the horror and the comedy. I know there's some people who are like way more serious horror fans who are like, I don't know why he's trying to make jokes. Horror is not supposed to be funny. There's supposed to be more bad stuff that happens. Like, no, I think we can laugh. I think this can all be silly and ridiculous. And he knows how to balance that. I thought it was really cool the way he like structured the story with like the different chapters about the different characters. All their chapters feel pretty intimate and like you're really like just with those characters and like getting to know them. And I ended up caring about all of them to different extents. Some of them are assholes who like deserve what they got, but I was like invested in all of their little stories as they were going along and the ways that they were overlapping and things like that. And I thought that was really cool, really beautifully shot. Some of the like tight shots that they have, like just following Alex the kid or following Justine or whatever, like are all just really cool shots and really help with like the feeling of isolation. And even when they're not alone, like they can be in a big room, but it's like you still feel isolated with them when you're in their chapter, which is great. And then the ending is just fucking awesome and hilarious, and like everybody in the theater with me was just fucking dying laughing and having a good time when that came around, which I loved. So yeah, A+. I don't know if it's between this and Sinners right now for my favorite movie of the year. I have to rewatch both to make a final decision on which one I like more, but God, they're so good.
Wow.
Teach.
I have to go A+. Could not have been more excited for the movie when the first trailer hit and we're seeing the kids on the ring cam footage, which smartly did not use in the movie. I just think it's so smart to like we have the most beautiful camera work possible. The film looks amazing. We don't have to show you the ring footage. We can just use that aspect as marketing. I think that's so fucking dope.
Well, they used it as a device a little bit.
They tell you that you're being recorded by the cameras, but they don't ever like show you the legit ring footage because why we don't need to. Like,
no, yes,
I'm
they
showing
do.
you the actual footage.
No, they do. Like Brolin goes over to their house, and
that's true. He's like reviewing it. Okay, that's true. He
reviews it, but I get what you're saying. Sorry,
he's reviewing it. But we're watching him review it. We're not given that full screen. So I was very excited about it. Obviously, I really liked Barbarian. I really liked Barbarian. I didn't think it was a perfect movie, but very well done, especially for someone's first feature film. But this is another level. He has progressed in his view, his vision behind the camera. He has progressed as in every level, and that's not the shit on Barbarian, which I really like. But this is a phenomenal film. I really like the way it's structured as well. I really love the fact that you know that the kid is going to play a big role in it, but then everything we learn about him is kind of through the eyes of the other characters, so we don't get to sit with him until the third act. Also, that fucking kid gives an incredible child performance. If that kid stinks, that ruins the last act of our movie. Like the last act, he's on screen for the entire third act of the movie. We are following him. So if he is a bad actor, it really doesn't work. But we get to sit with him in that last act, and he's just phenomenal in the way he's showing these very complicated emotions and dealing with these social interactions while dealing with a literal nightmare at home. I just think that kid's great. The Silver Surfer is having a great summer. I thought that she was phenomenal, and I also really like the way that as you go through the chapters in this movie, like, you don't really know how to feel about these characters in terms of like what you're thinking about, because we're seeing them all interplaying together all the time. So their own separate arcs don't ever really feel like that because you're seeing so much of the other characters. And so, like, what do you feel about the fact that our protagonist convinced the alcoholic to relapse and then had sex with him knowing that he was married or in a relationship or whatever the fuck was going on with that? Like, how are we supposed to feel about this woman? At the same time, she's literally being ostracized by this entire town, where we know that she had nothing to do with what happened to the kids. Like, it's just such a good way to tell the story. There's enough scary stuff in it. Like it's not like the scariest movie ever, but there's definitely some creepy, weird shit in the movie. But it kind of, the way the genres change across the chapters is what really took my breath away. Like, I think every character is in a different genre of movie, and that putting that together in a movie that feels like one voice, one movie is just incredibly difficult to do. Like, the cop is straight out of Magnolia. Like, he is in Magnolia. Like, that's the movie that he's in. So when we're in his chapter, that's what we're doing. Whereas Brolin is in Prisoners. Like, he's like, I have to go get my kid by any means necessary, and the person I suspect had something to do with it may or may not be innocent, but that's not going to stop me from going after her. Like, obviously,
Julia Garner's in like After the Hunt. Like,
yes, it's just insane. Like, it turns into a full, even before you get to the last act, which is really funny for its own reasons. When you're sitting with the drug addict character, like, that's a comedy. Like, everything that he's doing is comedy. Like, you just switched genres completely, saw all this weird shit, and then you're just in a comedy with this dopey kid who's just trying to figure shit out when he's on the phone with his, I guess, a sibling, trying to convince them to get money from the parents. Like, that stuff's like basic, like, rote comedy. And the fact that he's able to blend these, I know that he blends it in Barbarian, but in Barbarian, it felt like it's a horror movie that's got a little comedy in it. Mm-hmm. This is not that. This is a comedy and a horror movie and a drama. Like, it's all these things. It's a mystery. It's all these things. And it felt like they were all those distinct parts of the movie, but they all fit together. The last act, my theater was going insane for the last act. Once you realize how we're going to wrap up our movie, we see it coming. With this light bulb went out in my head, like, holy shit, this is about to be insane. And when you hear those kids, great sound design on the movie, by the way. When you hear those kids coming up the stairs before you even see them, everyone in the movie theater starts to smile because we know what's going to happen. She realizes, oh shit, shit's about to get bad. I'm not going to spoil anything yet. And then we have that final scene, which is absolutely bonkers. Very funny, very well shot. Like, it's just, this is an incredible achievement. I really enjoyed this film. The casting is great. I don't quite know where our favorite movie star would fit in this movie, even though he was originally in this movie.
He wouldn't.
I think Brolin is just a better choice for that character. Not to shit on Pedro. I love Pedro, but like, Brolin was perfect for this role. I think it's well casted. It's very well written. And the stuff that they yada away, I didn't miss it. Like, a massive machine gun shows up over a house in a dream sequence, and I was like, what are we in? Like, what kind of, like, what is happening right now? But it's like, it doesn't, like, it did not change from the main vision of the story. It's just, I think this is an A+. Horror's having a fucking phenomenal year, and Krieger has announced himself. Barbarian's a good movie. It's a lot of fun. If you've never seen it, put it on, you'll enjoy it. This is an announcement of, hey guys, I can do this stuff. I just think the camera work stuff that he's doing, that him and his cinematographer are doing, is great. The music is obviously great. He's like a writer on some of the music because he used to be in a band. So, like, him and his homeboys are just coming up with these sounds. He's like, I want something for this scene that sounds like this, and they just make it on the spot. Krieger's got a lot of shit going on, and I really, this is a different level of achievement for him, and it's definitely an A+ for me. I really enjoyed it.
I was head nodding in the theater to some of the songs. I was like, oh shit, this kind of jamming.
What was I throwing ass in the theater? Yes, but like, we don't need to know about that.
Does it?
Teach a couple things. Number one, Pedro was actually supposed to be Gladys. That was his role. And I think he would have crushed, but I'm glad with what we got. Listen, he would have killed. He would have crushed. But Amy Madigan did fine. Two, it's funny that you mentioned Magnolia and what was the other one you mentioned? You mentioned like two movies. Prisoners, because Zach Krieger had a video come out today where he said those were two inspirations for this movie. Where he was like, these are direct inspirations, like, for weapons. It was Magnolia, Prisoners, and then I think like, and Hereditary.
You definitely feel the Hereditary shit going on.
Well, yes. In fact, somebody just pointed out that, like, that Alden Ehrenreich's character, it just looks like John C. Reilly in Magnolia.
Yeah, literally. He's got a mustache. Like, he's kind of bumbly, stumbly, like, kind of not quite getting things right. The way that he tries to arrest that guy, like the way that interaction takes place, it's like, bro. Like, I feel like there were a better way to go about this at every level.
Could John C. Reilly have done this role?
Yeah.
Yes, John C. Reilly could literally do anything. So
Okay, stay there. Don't move. You stabbed me in the fucking face.
that's kind of what he's doing in Magnolia. So I guess it makes sense. He loses his
so.
gun in
Yeah,
Magnolia.
I guess so.
I'm at a minus, I think. I don't think I'm at the exact, like, this is the best movie of the year territory, but I just put this on Twitter. It's like, I'm not sure I'm there or that it's the best movie that I've ever seen, but damn, did I have fun the entire movie. And that's really what I can ask. I just saw somebody on Twitter today is like, man, this what's it called? This cinema shit is easy, or being a cinephile shit is easy, where it's just like, I had fun. I had fun. And that's kind of how I feel. But, and this is my own misdoings or misgivings. I like read one sentence of a review and I think it just spoiled the whole twist and turn of it for me. So going in, I kind of knew what it was. Now it's kind of apparent pretty early on what the whole why is of the movie, or the mechanisms of the why in the movie, why this is happening to these kids. So it like doesn't completely ruin the entire movie. But I will say I went in with like it being spoiled a little bit, and my enjoyment was like, oh, okay. But all that being said, taking the movie for what it's worth, I just think it's very cool to have a filmmaker that when he says, I don't know, you figure it out, and he actually means it. And it's just like, it's not like, no, what do you think? It's not how like, super creatives do that and like try to get you to interact with their art. He's just like, I thought that was cool and I put it in there and I just wanted to see what people thought about it. And I kind of believe him.
He's not doing it because like, I'm so smart. You have to figure out what I'm saying. It's more just like, I was trying some shit, man. I don't know.
There's no pretension to his filmmaking.
Yeah, like the gun thing came literally, and I tend to actually believe him, was like the gun thing came to him in his dream, literally, and he was like, I just put it in there because I thought it looked cool. Just trying to help me figure it out. You know what I mean?
I got scared that we were going off the rails. I thought we were in like a
I thought about to get real weird.
Well, there is a reading of the movie, and we can all get into what our readings of the movie initially were. My initial reading of the movie was, I was like, oh, this is just about school shootings. And for a good portion of it, I was like, this is a really creative way to tell this story, a systematic problem that we're still dealing with, monthly, it feels like, in this country. And I'm like, this is an interesting way to tell this story if this is what he was willing to tell. Subsequently, Dex, said, once you think about it for like 2 minutes, the theory kind of falls apart. And then
I didn't think that at all. That's fascinating. I don't think that Krager was thinking that, but I didn't think that at all.
I think a lot of people did have that reading on the movie. In fact, one of my friends texted me, he's like, is this about Sandy Hook? And I was just like, at first I thought so, but you read anything that Krager has said in the last couple of weeks, and it's basically just him processing his own grief. All these movies are about trauma. They always are. But like, Trevor Moore, who's part of whoa.
I am so sorry. My dog is the loudest motherfucker on earth.
So. That scared the shit out of me a little bit. But
he's the tiniest little pain in my ass, but he has a big voice.
So Trevor Moore, one of the creators of The Whitest Kids You Know, which was a really substantial thing for me in my youth that I have come to find out that people just don't know about in everyday life. So when you bring up the Abraham Lincoln thing, people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And
everything from that era of YouTube was smaller than you remember it being.
Yeah. I thought
it's a lot more niche.
It was a seminal moment growing up for me in my humor, those guys, and they did just, nobody cares. And I was just like showing it. I was just showing it to people. Yeah. I was just showing it to people and they were like, what is this? And I was like, this was comedy back in the day. But anyway, those guys like hold a special place in my heart for him to like transform into this, auteur the way that he has, really. And that's kind of interesting to put that label on him, but he is, I think at this point, heading in that Jordan Peele direction, which we can talk about that controversy, which is fun.
man.
But
Y'all don't want to hear me talk about Jordan Peele in relation to this movie.
No, let's leave back out the Jordan Peele conversation.
We'll talk about it a little bit later. But the idea that he has become this, but that subsequently, Trevor Moore, who was a part of that group, and one of the founders of that group, tragically died. Like, I think he died he got, I think 2022, right before Barbarian came out, or maybe right after Barbarian came out. Yeah. And he tragically died. I think he, like, you can go read about it on Wikipedia, but I think substances were involved and he fell off his balcony. It's like a really tragic way that he passed away. But he's just used this whole movie to, like, every bit of trauma that he felt from that, each character in the movie is processing a different portion of what that trauma is. Now, the kids disappearing is an interesting mechanism to use in that way. But at first I was just like, this is a allegory for school shootings, and it just has to be. And, like, kids disappearing without a trace, people don't have answers, people looking for somebody to blame. But then you pick at it a little bit, like, why is one kid left? Why is the teacher left? So on and so forth. But I think there's an interesting read of it that people are making, pulling different things out of it. And that's just that to me is a good movie. And not only is it doing that, it is, the camera operation is awesome. The cast and the performances are pitch perfect. I think Alden Ehrenreich and who was the homeless kid, Austin Abrams, James. You may know him from Euphoria, but I think that interaction and those two characters together is some of the best stuff that you're going to see on screen. Dex, you said every movie just needs Josh Brolin in it. So I tend to agree. Yeah, and I think it's good, just really, really good. The mechanism for why this happens in the movie, take it or leave it for me, and that's maybe where I deduct a few points, because it's like, oh, it's this, and you're just kind of like, okay, sure, but
sure, why not? Yeah,
but the way it operates in the movie is still fascinating and good, and the mechanics of how she is able to, I'm kind of spoiling it, but how she's able to manipulate and pull these strings in this way. Weaponize. People have said, have always long speculated that it's some sort of like Pied Piper movie. And to an extent it is, but like, I just found it really good. The child performance by Alex is really, really, really good. And no, I came away with it fascinated by what this movie was in comparison to what Barbarian was, which was, quite frankly, a strange movie. Yeah, which it took a turn in an opposite direction that you thought it was going to as well. You thought something's wrong with the house sort of movie, serial killer, something or another. And it, to an extent it was, but like, it takes an even wilder turn than that. And I think this is more accessible in a way. I took my wife, my sister, and her boyfriend. My wife hates these kind of movies, and at the end, all of them were like, "What did you take me to see?" And I'm like, "Cinema. That's what I took you to see." And I was like, and I guarantee you'll be. My sister has said she'd never seen a horror movie in theaters before, and I was like, "Well, we're going." And so I'm glad I got to experience all that. With that, all that being said, you know why I know this movie is good? Because all that my sister is sending me is weapons memes on TikTok. So it's
they're all so good.
Yeah,
they're so good.
It really makes this movie will resonate with people whether they want it to or not. The ending, I found to be just the best catharsis on the planet. Man. I thought it was so fucking funny.
I haven't felt that way about the end of a movie since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where it's just like, thank God.
A breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And no, but I can't. The one thing that I did come away with this is the camera movements. How Kreger directs when James is walking around the house and he's trying to steal all their shit, which is a really funny bit. Ooh, Willow is just unbelievable.
Oh, fuck yeah, Willow.
Yeah, but like, the way he operates the camera, and people have done this before, but like, he kind of just goes past his face and sort of moves the camera, like where you know that something is off screen, but you can't see it. And then it twists back around, and it's just, It's just great, man. It's just
so
it's
good.
just a really really good movie. I deduct points for the mechanisms of the story, but other than that, I can see why Jordan Peele fired his entire team for not getting him this movie.
Biblical levels of rage, and it was all worth it.
It was all worth it. He knew it because he has the vision. As Dex doesn't realize that he has the ultimate vision. That's why he's great.
Weeping and gnashing of teeth in the Jordan Peele camp going on.
Hey man, all I'm saying is, if we were to stack up all the Jordan Peele movies and Zach Greger movies, Jordan Peele is number one, and then the next two are by Zach Greger.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I don't think that. I mean, Tej and I are what do you call it?
Nope apologists.
Nope apologists. So
Boo.
Oh, we're
Nope is
oh,
great.
you don't like Nope?
No.
Nope is great. Come on.
Come
Boo.
on.
Nope is a better movie than Barbarian for sure. Now Nope versus
No, it
Weapons.
is
Now you got
not.
a real conversation there.
I think. I mean,
Hey guys, have you ever thought about TMZ and Spectacle? Isn't that weird? Like, boo.
well, I mean, this movie in a way is like, you know, Peele is like kind of touched on this too and stuff, but it's just like the failures of society, and like that's what a lot of these movies are really about in these trying times. Like people pairing this with Eddington is a really interesting conversation.
Whoa.
And
Pedro Pascal double feature.
yeah,
Almost.
Almost. We almost got it.
so I find that to be an interesting double feature if you paired these two movies together and what like
Woof.
that actually say. I mean, just bad vibes central, like
Fun game
A
of
rough-
connections between
a rough day at the
Eddington to
movies.
Fantastic Four to Weapons.
so. No, what else do y'all want to talk about with Weapons? We got plenty to
Is
touch
the
on.
point of Weapons that old? Like the point of Weapons in Barbarian is like old people are scary. Like
Old
That's
people
kind
are
of-
scary.
There
that's
is
kind
a
of what we're
weird
doing.
there's a weird discourse going around, and Derek, tell me if you've seen this because I know somebody else has seen this.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
There is a weird discourse going around on the body shaming of older women.
Never
how-
mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
That is a common. That is a. I don't know anything about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is brand new. I will bring up another. I will bring up another
movie
controversy.
trope though, using the bodies of
haggification
old
of,
women,
old
the
women, yeah.
haggification of.
But
that
that's
is
been a
horror
thing
trope.
since. But that's been a thing since. I mean, maybe. I guess maybe their point is it shouldn't be a thing, but that's been a thing since Snow White.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
So yeah, I don't know.
There's
Thrones
probably,
did it. Everyone does it.
It's probably playing on this like the innate fear that we have of getting older and like the idea of like I mean it's the same thing with The Substance. It was like that idea of like the older we get, the more monstrous we become, or like the more like haggard and like weird and scary our body gets. Which is not the point of this movie, but like with the character of Gladys, it's like I can see that like yeah, I sure I get why people are upset or whatever, but also
Not very many people upset, but somebody did write an article after The Substance, and somebody went viral again for saying like, I guess the people that wrote that article aren't too far off or whatever it is. But I don't know where I fall on that, but
Yeah,
it's a trope that works.
I guess I see like the connection between The Substance and this, but it's also like in The Substance, right? The bad guy is like the men of Hollywood and like all the
Right.
unrealistic standards
That's a
and
good
all that
point.
kind of stuff. Whereas this, it's more like, let's just hop into spoilers here. Spoilers.
Spoiler Yeah.
are happening now. If you got 30 minutes into a weapons review, didn't want
You've had
spoilers.
time.
Somebody's like, damn it.
And this one, it's way more like vampire-ish. Like she's literally like feeding off of children to survive.
That's what I thought it was. That she was feeding off of these people. It never is explicitly that because she's never like sucking the blood of these kids.
It's
But
also never really explained. They yada yada a lot of that.
They hand wave a lot of the magic-y stuff. But she is this witch who is using this magic or whatever. She takes control of these people and then like feeds off of their life force. Essentially, she's not like sucking their blood or anything like that, but it's just like the life force because if you like when she first shows up at the house, I think during Alex's chapter, you can see that she's like hunched over and she can like barely walk.
Yeah.
And then like we see the progression of like after she takes over Alex's parents. And then there's that one scene where she looks like she just came back from the Caribbean. She literally is sitting there with like 4 braids hanging off of her head. And I said, I knew this girl in 3rd grade. She went on a cruise. And
She went on a cruise, got her hair braided. Yeah.
she got the little beads put in, and she's cute, and it's fun. I will say I am a Gladys apologist. I feel like I am contractually obligated to say, Gladys, you did nothing wrong. A slay queen, mama boots the house down. Work.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah,
someone
maybe
said
this is,
Chaperone is catching some hard
yeah. Maybe this is just saw my first movie and getting real Boss Baby vibes from my second movie, but I thought this was like I took this as more in like conversation with like Sinners than with The Substance. Sinners is like, obviously white people are, sucking the life force of black people and, ruining their good time and all that. And this is more like old people are sucking the life force of the youth. And like, so yeah, I can see why like you would have the hang up of like, oh, we're making old women the bad guys or whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just didn't take it that way.
Do you want to hear? You want me to live out for a second and hear the continue the gun theory, the school shooting theory to its inevitable conclusion with this character? My final conclusion on all the school shooting theory was that yes, all these people disappear without a trace. They need somebody to blame. Then these super decrepit old politicians that are hanging on for dear life then use the life force of these poor children as a political football to hang around in Congress and otherwise, while also destroying the community. And that was the super lib final take that I had.
Gladys is Mitch McConnell.
That's what. Look,
holy shit, that is deep. There's no way Craig does not even.
He didn't think. He did not even. That didn't even skim his brain.
Roy, that is 5D chess when you are playing Go Fish.
Yeah, he's literally like, "Hey, Go Fish is a fun game. You ever played it? Let's play it."
I completely understand that I am the guy that's reading too far into that. Where Zach Kreger's like the chair was blue because I liked it, but
sometimes the curtains are just blue.
Yeah, exactly.
So I actually again watched another video with Zach Kreger today where they were talking about this idea that this movie like means something beyond like what it's being shown on screen, and he's like, there's really no like political message or anything like that to this movie that I'm trying to get across. He said that it was just him processing what he went through as a child, having parents that were alcoholics. He's like, it was kind of autobiographical towards the end with Alex, because it's like, you see Alex has a normal family life or whatever, and then this foreign entity comes in and changes everything and turns his parents basically like to these lethargic, like
that makes sense.
Like it changes them as people and like things like that. He's like, so that was like just me kind of like trying to process through the things that happened to me when I grew up.
And now he's like take care of them, like he's literally their caretaker.
Right. And like
feeding them cold soup just keep them alive.
I was also like, where's Alex getting the money for this soup? He's bringing home hella cans of soup.
The same thing. I was like, does that old hag witch have money? Like, what?
I know they were at the checkout line. Like, what's the deal with this fucking kid?
Right. I was like, these people have never seen Home Alone, where a child comes up.
18 cans of soup, son. What are you doing?
He's like, I don't know.
He's asking them to go get more out of the back and shit.
Also, that poor kid is walking miles a day. Those bags are ripping in half down there. He's like,
right. First of all, I was like, those are some sturdy ass plastic bags. Like they are loaded with hella cans of Chunky Campbell's.
I'm sorry, mom and dad, but at some point, I'm getting some adult help. I'm sorry, mom and dad.
Listen, Aunt Gladys, I have to tell someone. My arms are so tired.
Hey Gladys, can you drive? We
know you can. We see you get in a car.
She's like got fire like burning all around her, and she's like, "Can I borrow the keys, please?" chanting in Latin, can't even hear him.
You know, it's one thing that I did appreciate about this movie that it goes back to how hilarious it actually is that multiple people, and I love when horror movies do this, become self-aware that it's a horror movie, and like multiple people going, "What the fuck?" is like
Yeah, so good.
Julia Garner's line delivery of "fucking help me" like, to the gas station got me. Like I was on the floor. I was just like,
I mean,
because same.
Get
How
out of
dare
my
you
store.
yell at the
Fucking
woman
help
who's
me.
being chased around the store as opposed to yelling at the literal
Get out of my
who's
get out of my
in here
store.
causing the ruckus. What are you talking
When-
it out for?
When Wong from the MCU is looking the scariest he's ever looked in his life.
He looks
One
so
of
fucking scary.
One of the most frightening images I've ever seen is his face in this movie. Like, I remember seeing it in the trailers and being like, "Oh, I never want to see that again. I never want my eyes to lay upon that image ever again." And I had to.
I will say throughout this entire movie, I was like, somebody's gonna get hit by a car. It's coming. Somebody's gonna get hit by a car. And then it fucking happened, and I still wasn't ready. I was like, oh shit.
I did let out like when it because it hit him so hard, like you could hear, and then his brains were scattered. Everyone was like, "Good lord!" But the like Josh Brolin waking up after a completely terrifying dream and just what the fuck is like because I would do the exact same.
Yeah. We do also need to talk about, speaking of Benedict Wong. This is starting to become a thing on the internet. He and his partner's choice of dinner.
Okay,
was 7 hot dogs.
Our guy in the chat says, "I can't be here for the live review, but outrageous amount of glizzies."
I texted about this in the Apollo group chat the other day or yesterday, asking seven hot dogs is such a weird number because they usually come in packs of 6 or packs of 8.
Yes. So how did you get rid of it 7?
So yeah,
that was a tribute to a skit that they did on The Whitest Kids You Know.
Really?
Was it really?
Trevor Moore. Somebody found it that said like Trevor Moore did a bit where it was like, so you ate 7 hot dogs. It was just like a.
Oh, that's cute.
So
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I love that.
I was just reading it as an underhanded gay joke.
Why were they wearing the same shirt, but kind of the same shirt, but kind of not the same shirt?
It looked like they were having a watch party for something. I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like because when they first pan into the house with the couple, you see his partner first, but we've already seen him attack her in that shirt. So when the partner was wearing the shirt, I was like, why does he have on the shirt now? What is going to happen to where they end up switching shirts before he becomes a weapon? I was like, oh, they have on like the same exact kind of shirt.
You and your boo don't be posted up at the house wearing the same shirt.
Eating 7 hot dogs, Ruffles.
Eating 7 hot dogs,
making 7 hot dogs for Halle Berry and cooking.
Yeah. By the way, 7 hot dogs isn't that many. If between you and 2 people, come on.
Yeah, but you have to buy 2 packs for that as opposed to just getting 6 and buying 1 pack.
This is a fantasy movie. Suspend your disbelief, Tej.
Yeah, a woman promptly comes in dressed as I don't
Frizzle.
even have. Yeah, Miss Frizzle comes in.
Miss Frizzle and a fuck ass Bob comes in and pricks her finger on a thorn.
I really enjoyed that scene because you see the interaction between the couple and how people who are in relationships relate to each other, where they have different social cues management, where he's like, this is bad vibes, something ain't right about this, we're about to sit down, get out of my house. And the partner's like, oh my God, like we have to be hospitable. She came to our house, she's an old lady, like she walked all the way over here. And Wong is like, get her out, something's not right. And of course,
he's already talked to this woman.
Yes, he's already talked to her. So he was already kind of weirded out from the beginning. And he's like, now she's at my fucking house. Something not right about this. And when she asked for that bowl of water, I would have called 911 immediately. No, I don't have a bowl to give you to drink water out of. Please get out of my house. Here's a bottle of water for your journey. Bye. Good to see you.
It's just a habit of mine. Nah, not in this house.
No, it's not, actually.
Dude, we're so
your habits are not mine, bitch. Get out of my house.
You're gonna put your lips all over my bowl? Ew! No, bro.
Ew.
I'm like, are you gonna sit here and like drink water like a dog in my house? Absolutely not. Take that kinky shit somewhere else.
If that would have happened, I would have stood up in the theater and applauded.
She's like, I also have this collar. Can you?
And then hard cut to Benedict Wong in a full leather gimp outfit.
No, like people, something that they don't do. I do love that trope in horror movies where somebody like is so wants to keep social norms that they let people in and do the thing. And we've seen it several times. I think even like this year that's happened. But people want to keep it's quite literally sinners. But like people want to keep social norms so much that they let people in and it goes awry from there. But one thing it's like they so focus on the Ring cameras on everybody's door. Like if somebody rings our doorbell at home, and this is just like I think this is like a COVID era thing, we're immediately like, who is that? Who is ringing our door in the middle of the day?
Who is walking
at
into
my
house?
Yeah, who's at my house in the middle of the day?
I
Not a
also
very healthy way to live, by the way. But it is what happens.
Sitting around watching nature docs, like that is romance. Like Be Still My Beating Heart. I would love to just sit around watching nature docs. That was so fucking beautiful. I need that. I need
But
that.
I also understand that it's playing into the idea that like Gladys is a parasite, but also like just watching a nature doc about cordyceps, I'm like,
it's the same parasite. It's the same.
It's the fucking The Last of Us.
Literally The Last of Us. I was like, oh, so we're doing The Last of Us.
Oh my
Speaking
god!
of Pedro,
it's the two gays from The Last of Us.
It is.
Damn.
R.I.P. and P. That's the last time I cried, by the way.
Egg
That's
Gladys,
the last time.
Egg Gladys is one of my favorite movie characters of the year so far. She rules.
She rules.
I'm all in on Egg Gladys.
She cannot help but slay, and it's out of her control. She can't help.
I mean, my bitch's pose go crazy in that basement.
My bitch was nasty. She came in with a centimeter length of a bob of a bang, and she comes in and she's like, "I'm your aunt." And it's like,
by the way, we're getting on her for that. Haley Williams had that haircut not too long ago.
She was singing "Misery Business" in that same exact hairdo.
She got the Jesse Buckley. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you the scariest part of this film? So Alden Ehrenreich, the cop character, as at one point he reaches trying to pat down a suspect, which is our drug addict guy, and he gets poked by a needle.
Yes.
And so he thinks he might have been infected. He goes crazy. He punches him. He's flipping out, right? So after that, it's mentioned by his like lieutenant guy, like, hey, you should probably go get checked. Like, you poked yourself with a needle, go get checked. But we don't actually see him go get checked. I now know that's because they did film a scene where he goes to get checked, but he but instead he like they cut the scene out of the movie. So there's like a 5 minutes later, there's a hard cut to a scene where he's having sex with our program.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was like, did he ever go get checked? Because holy shit, where are we going with this plot? I got so scared. That's what we were doing. And I was gonna be like, oh no, we're out. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
He realized life is short, you know what I'm saying?
But he did, in fact, get checked. We just did not see it on camera. But I was really shook about that.
It's a fantasy movie. Suspend your disbelief.
Well, he does exactly like he yells, "Do you have AIDS?"
Just fully, not even like sugarcoating it. Do you have fucking AIDS?
Yeah. He's like, I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There were so many fucking funny moments in this movie. Some of the ones where my theater just like fucking lost their shit. First of all, when Justin Long shows up again.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah!
He did it again.
Like he's a fucking Marvel cameo.
Yeah. Hey, it's Stan Lee.
Yeah.
I Leo pointed to the screen. I really did.
Everyone was like, "Oh shit, it's him again."
The Longiverse.
It's Mr. Barbarian.
Also, wait. Do you have fucking AIDS? Everyone fucking died laughing. And then towards the end of the movie, like Kreger's so good at this because he did the same thing in Barbarian where it's like, you know, he just makes things linger a little longer than they should, and it's funny every fucking time.
Oh,
the more windows and shit that those kids were breaking, like running through, everyone died more and more.
We have to talk about
every single window.
We have to talk about the ending.
He said that they extended that out. They had literally filmed that and they were done with that part of the movie and they were going to film something else. And he was like, we have to extend that out. And it was going to cost more money and it was going to be more time. And they made it happen. But he was like, I think we got to add a couple more beats to it so that it lasts even longer. And that was the fucking fantastic decision.
It's quite literally the rule of 3 in comedy, because I think they do it 3 or 4. They go through like 3 or 4 houses.
No, it's like 5 times, and it's like you would think that after, like, because of the rule of 3, like after the 4th time, you'd be like, okay, this needs to end. But like it kept getting funnier.
I laughed a lot when the lady, after they had already run through her house, she's like, "Oh my god, I don't know what happened." And then
there's a fucking guy in the house.
He walks to her kitchen. Oh my god, there's a fucking guy in the house. That made me laugh so hard.
Didn't someone also say like, "Oh, they tracked dirt all through the house"?
That one little girl who, like, someone tweeted this earlier, but like tracked her down, like
Ed Reed,
bro. She is the greatest linebacker I've ever seen. There was a moment where like Agatha goes out the front door and she knows the angle, so she jumps like out the window to meet her there, and I was like, damn.
Y'all remember that Ed Reed clip where he's on the kickoff and he gets blindsided and he gets up and he's like, so fuck that, and he runs that guy down and then goes all the way across the field and decleats him? Like, that's what that was. The camera purposely follows her in a steady cam and follows her around the thing and jumps out the window with her.
First of all, what a fucking cool shot. And second of all, like, you literally leave Agatha. Like, Agatha is not on the camera anymore, and you with her, and then she just, I'm like, oh my god.
I like that she's Agatha now.
She's Agatha now. It's been Agatha all along.
But by the way,
what's her name? Sorry,
Gladys.
Agatha.
Sorry.
Bethany over here.
Thinking about witches, you know.
Yeah, no, it's in the. She could be. Catherine Hahn could play Gladys, but Amy Madigan could not play
Agatha.
Okay, that's a good point.
So basically, the ending of the movie, we've already said it, is like Alex finds the stick with her, I guess, her real hair, not her wig. I don't know, but
I wanted so bad for the wig to be the hair that he had to wrap around and not her actual hair. I was praying to God. I was like, please, this would be so fucking funny. This would be so fucking funny.
Or if he like it had like 2 choices, then he like put both on there just in case.
Just in case.
So he turns the tables and uses all the kids as weapons on Gladys, who I guess this could be an allegory, if you're thinking this hard, of like youth rise up, but I don't think it's probably that. But these kids come screaming out of this like a bat out of hell. Like, they come screaming out of this basement, and the whole like Green Goblin from Gladys is just unbelievable.
Oh no.
It fully was oh no.
I thought she was supposed to be unhealthy. She was chopping it, bro. When she started running, I was like, this woman is healthier than the mom and the dad.
Life is on the line, dog.
The funniest part of it to me, and this is just me, is like her running just for like 5 minutes. Just
That's just a perfect bit of casting. I literally don't know who else you could put in that role to make it work, but she just crushes it. She's just incredible in that.
Especially the wide shot, and this is a comedy trope that I love. And this is like what was the Monty Python bit where they're just like chasing each other around, and they're like the guy mowing his lawn, and from a distance he sees the woman run by, and then all the kids run by after her, and he's just like, what? And it just it's unreal, and it feels reminiscent of sort of something he would have done with the whitest kids, and I really, really loved it. The ending is brutal. Oh my god,
I haven't been able to think about anything else. Like, they fucked that old lady up.
She got what she had coming, bro. Oh my god!
I think when it ended, that's when it lost Caitlin. It lost my wife. She's like, "What is going on?" I was like, "I'm like, welcome to it.
Welcome.
You get what you deserve.
You made it."
But he said something, or like somebody asked him, it was like, this movie is pretty gory and brutal at points. Do you think that was there any pushback on that from the studio? He said, no, I never got zero pushback. But then again, Terrifier 2 and 3 have come out. No, I think I have them to thank for Thank you for that. So
God, I will never watch those movies.
No, not
not into those
interested.
films.
Not interested in the slightest.
but
I feel like Terrifier is one of those movies that like you can smell when you watch it. Like I feel like if I were to walk into a theater that's playing a Terrifier movie, it's like, oh, why does it say?
Smells like a GameStop on a midnight release.
No,
I
that's
feel
that's
like-
terrifying.
I feel like if
that's
you
a
buy
different
it-
Terrifier 4.
If you buy a ticket to a Terrifier movie, I feel like they should give you your ticket and then immediately put you on a list.
Put you on a watch list.
Yeah, like okay, like we gotta see what's up with him.
This sick motherfucker.
Watch his movements going forward.
Watch it. Watch this space.
I should know when people like that move into my neighborhood. Like, you know,
You should get an alert on your phone.
Oh no, another Terrifier has entered our neighborhood.
A Terrifier watch.
Another
A Terrifier enjoyer.
You should be legally required to walk up to your neighbor's door and say, "Hi, I'm new to the neighborhood. And I just want to let you know that I did watch Terrifier and enjoyed it." So you can, and then the mom just grabs your children closer and just holds them behind the door. Well, we'll be seeing you around. Get the fucking door.
Get the gun.
Get the gun.
All right.
What's your favorite character in this movie?
Man, I don't
The
know. I
gun.
think the gun. Yeah, the gun. The gun above the
Gladys
house.
for me.
Stunning performance by the gun.
It's Gladys. She's great. She's fucking great.
I think Julia Garner's fantastic.
Me too.
It is.
I think
yeah.
I think that they're like, I don't know if she's ever going to be a star, but there's something about her that she is able to really convey a lot of different. She's not one note, is what I'm trying to say, in any of her performances, going all the way back to going all the way back to Ozark.
Mm.
And so, yeah, I think she's fantastic. Jesus Christ. Hiccuping again.
I think she's great. I think she's great.
She also like looks really small, which
Yeah,
like,
she looks tiny.
Tiny lady.
that like distracted me at points. I was like, she's little. Like
I will like I like Gladys is obviously my favorite character, but like also as a teacher, Julia Garner really just like plays this very like honed in like how would a teacher react in this situation? Like how would a teacher that cares about her students and like cares about her community react in the situation? And I was just like, I like to go back to a way earlier point. With Royden talking about this movie being about school shootings, I was like, that was what I was not afraid of, but I was like, I went into the movie being like, oh man, how is this movie going to like hit me as a someone who works in education?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, thankfully for my mental health and sanity, it didn't go there. But also, if all of my kids just disappeared one day, I wouldn't cause a fuss. If my
I'm sure they're all
students-
together. They're fine.
if they're using the buddy system, if my students don't show up for 15 minutes, I'm legally allowed to leave.
If the professor
In
doesn't
college.
go up, we
Yes.
can just go.
Yeah. But like also, if all of my students disappeared except for one, and the thing is, if one shows up, I have to be there. I have to be there. And it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
You really wanted to come to school today, huh, Alex?
Alex is buzzkill for the rest of the class.
no,
Nobody
I
invited you to the
would throw
party,
pencils
bro.
at him. If anyone
Nerd.
listening, I am fucking virgin. Shut up. Where's your parents? For anyone listening, I am joking. I'm a good teacher. I promise.
For any of the admins listening.
Yeah, for any of the admin that happen to come across this podcast, I would be there. I would be in the streets, in the rivers, in the fields, looking for my students.
Did we ever get a reason why Julia Garner didn't just, leave town, especially when she literally got fired or put on leave? Why
She was
would you
drunk
stay
for
in the
2/3 of
town
the
where
movie. She
everyone
couldn't
hates
drive.
you and people are painting on your car? I would have just left town.
To go where? Tease?
Literally anywhere that people don't recognize me and think I abducted some kids.
She could go 30 minutes up the road.
Yeah,
and be
she could
fine.
literally just go to the next town over.
People have cell phones. They've heard about these missing children.
Yeah, but at least they're not painting on your car. I mean, maybe, but they at least got to drive over to another county to do it.
And with
Yeah.
gas prices these days, no one's going to do that. I saw $3.99 on those signs. I was like, what the fuck?
The other thing I have to say about this movie is that when we finally got to the Alex chapter of the movie, like his name popped up on screen, there was like a palpable like, ooh, like
yes, like,
in our theater.
It's that meme of like leaning forward in your chair,
Like,
like,
it was
like
like-
locking in for a second.
Everybody in the theater was like, okay, here we fucking go. Let's get it. Like I love that about the structure of this movie. It was so fucking cool. There were some names that popped up that got laughs. Like, oh, we're about to see the homeless guy story. That'll be funny. And then Alex's was like, let's fucking go.
Mhm.
Like shit's about to get real.
What do you think of the mechanism of the whole thing, the witchcraft of it all? Like what that being the actual twist? I don't know. Where do we land on that?
I think that was a thing that I walked away with being kind of like, I feel like we could have explored this just a little bit more. And maybe it's also just like, actually, we don't need to explore it. Maybe Gladys is just an evil witch who just wants to live forever. There's also been like pointing out that people are like, because everyone's kind of been like, oh my God, how old is Gladys? There's at one point where she says that Alex's parents have been taken by consumption.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, oh, that's a really like old timey phrase for tuberculosis, which means that she's been alive for like 200 or 300 years. Which I'm like, that's a really fun way to have explored that, of like this woman being alive for however long. But it also, like, you pull one thread on that and you're like, wait a minute, then how the fuck does this random woman be like, oh, this is my aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like, just don't look too far into it. Just if you really want to enjoy this movie, just don't look too far into it, which I think is fine. I think we need more movies where you can just be like, hey, don't think about it too hard.
Yeah,
Like, just have fun.
For me, like, yeah, the witch thing, it's like I can understand how it's kind of like hand wavy and like why people might not like it or whatever, but I'm like, what's the answer that y'all would like? You know, like what's the other good reason for 17 kids to disappear at a time? Like, you know, like what's aliens? Like what are we?
Yeah, it could be any mechanism for like from sci-fi to fantasy to whatever. Like and you'd have to come up with something.
What's the satisfying answer? Like, you know, that people are looking for if witches isn't it. Which like I said, you don't have to like it. I get it, but like what's the thing you would have liked? What's the thing you would have been like, yeah, that's serious horror right there. Oh, it's the devil. Like, okay. Like whatever, you know.
Gladys is Satan.
Well, I mean, in a way, this does share a lot in common with Long Legs.
Oh,
Long Legs I haven't seen.
Yeah, except for Long Legs isn't good.
I tend to disagree.
Well, that first 30 minutes is special, so I will agree with you there. But after that,
it gets a little hokey.
Once we introduce the actual character of Long Legs, it kind of loses it. Whereas once we introduce Gladys, it's like, oh yes, this is fucking awesome. Whereas Nicolas Cage singing in a car, I was like, oh, this is our big man.
So it's funny because, and we don't have to go too far into this when I bring it up, but Longlegs and this movie share a similar, like, very online controversy about queer-coded villains.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one guy who got a lot of flack on Twitter for basically saying that Gladys was trans-coded. And his reasoning for that is because she doesn't look like a normal woman. And she dresses in like gaudy makeup and like bold, ugly fashion. And so he's like, oh, well, she's obviously trans. Yeah, and like a bad wig. And literally everyone's like, if that's what you're like, if that's what your perception of trans people is, like, I think you have a bigger problem with how you perceive like womanhood.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw that guy's review and I said a similar thing. I was like, look, man, like the character isn't trans. Also, there wasn't a school shooting because, like, he also complained about, like, he complained about, the school shooting theme not really making sense, and I'm like, because that's not the theme.
Because there wasn't a theme. There was not a theme to be found.
So yeah, like him complaining about.
Hey, really smart people have that theory, okay?
But yeah, you're not like this movie sucks because they didn't do the school shooting thing all the way. It's like they weren't doing that, you know. And also the character isn't trans, so you're just outing yourself as
You're outing yourself as a transphobe. Like,
Yeah, I don't get why. Like, yeah, that didn't make any sense to me.
yeah, and then also with long legs, people were like talking a lot about Nicolas Cage, like long legs being very like androgynous and like whatever, and like that's a conversation to be had, but also I don't think that's what they were intending. But who am I to say? You know,
Again, makes for an interesting double feature when you kind of look at the
yeah.
themes of everything going on with both
Again,
of these movies.
rough times in the movies.
Yeah.
Long legs, Eddington, weapons.
Triple feature at your local Cineplex. It will get tens of dollars.
fives and fives of dollars.
No, I find the box office conversation too, and I know we're going long, but I find the box office conversation around this to be like really good because Barbarian, while I think it was like almost immediately put up on HBO Max, and it was like just kind of post pandemic, people still weren't going back to the movies, so I think it was sort of a hit on that service, but it made decent box office numbers. It also had an incredible
For the money, yeah.
It also had an incredible marketing campaign, but I don't know. I don't know why this succeeded in the way that it did, other than people may have resonated with Barbarian more than I thought. And
well,
because Zach Kreger alone, that name alone doesn't doesn't put asses in seats.
That fucking trailer, bro. That trailer goes crazy.
That trailer's nuts.
That trailer's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Also, go ahead.
Oh, I was to say Barbarian. Like if we're talking about like money that the movies are making, Barbarian does not have a physical release,
which is
insane. Barbarian is a movie you can only find digitally. Which Zach Kreger has said that he's like working really hard to try to get it released like physically. But
yeah, I think it was intended to be straight to Hulu at first, and then it got a theatrical release, and they never got around to a physical release.
Which again is crazy that the movie has been as successful as it was without a physical release.
Made $45 million on a $4 million budget.
Insane.
That's crazy. But like, yeah, I think enough people watched Barbarian and like it was so word of mouth that like Barbarian was this like fucking banana pants fucked up horror movie that like when they see from the director of Barbarian, they're going to be like, "Oh, enough. Okay."
That did have a little weight.
That was enough for them.
That had a little weight to it, more than I expected it to.
And also, the marketing for Weapons was incredible. I remember when they started releasing those ring cam footage, like the footage of the kids running away from their homes, and I genuinely was like, I can't watch this. This feels like I'm watching something I'm not supposed to. Like it felt real, and it felt very like viscerally scary.
Felt like they were paying people on Twitter to be like, I don't like this, because so many people
were having the same reaction, and I'm like, listen, I did not get any money from New Line Cinema or Warner Brothers, like, and I felt the same way. If they want to slide me a check, I will not.
Oh, we will be shills for anything on this podcast.
And it's also a movie that, like, as soon as you get out of it, everyone's like, you got to talk about it with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to tell people, what the fuck was that? Or, like, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Or, I have no idea what just happened. And, like, so many of my friends, like, went to the movies and then immediately, like, got on their IG stories doing, like, the Weapons Kid run. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those movies.
Which is the Naruto run.
It's the Naruto run. And it's
definitely the Naruto one, but looks so fucking cool and ready.
It's so funny to hear people be like, so like, what was the inspiration behind that? And he was like, I don't know, I just thought it looked scary. And, like, it was.
It sure was.
Good job, man. My final thought on this film is the best review of the final act of the movie was when the kids came barreling out of the house. My wife said, "Well, why didn't they run with their arms out?" And I was like, you know what?
You know what?
Yeah, good point. She said they're booking it. Like, why? They were like pumping to get there.
I thought the same thing. I literally thought like they should have put their arms out, but they were just kind of running fast.
I think that's like a difference between it's a control thing, because it's like obviously everyone that was under Gladys's control did the arms thing, but the second that they get out of that and like they're under Alex, it's like then they're just like being
turned into Ray Lewis at that point. They were chopping. They were
There's Xavier Worthy in the 40. They're just like
the ones who started talking again. Do you think they were like, "Hey, Alex, what the fuck was that?" Or like,
Hey, Alex, bud, what the fuck?
Are you gonna do that again, or like, am I good? Or
I mean, the ending never says that like Alex didn't take the tree with him. Like,
I like the fact that when
Good.
Brolin like is choking her, then like he gets like he snaps out of it.
And
He
then
just
doesn't
drops
care?
her. He doesn't even attempt to help her up. He doesn't even try.
just like, I'm good.
Like, all right, I'm good.
Also, the final thing that I for sure have to talk about is the fucking potato peeler.
Oh,
That was
fuck.
so gnarly, man.
At my screening of the movie or whatever, we walked out and they were giving out potato peelers.
Oh, that's good.
That's
That's really
Oh,
good.
fun.
I was like, y'all are monsters, all of you.
that feels,
That's really good.
that feels dangerous.
And there was a chicken noodle soup recipe like on the back of like the little like plastic thing. Like,
Where did you go? Draft House?
It was at the Regal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, press screening. It was insane.
Oh, you went to the press screening. Okay.
Do you think that the
I
spell
forget your
is like
press.
yeah? Do you think the spell is like the
I forget you're part of the big media.
Big media. Yeah.
Do you think the spell is like the sunken place in Get Out, like where they're like, Alex, were you fucking feeding me cold soup for 3 months?
Alex, I'm allergic.
I bet those people never ate soup ever again.
Also, do you think it was just chicken noodle, or was he like trying to spice it up a little
Just
bit?
any goddamn soup. Like,
You think he had a clam chowder? That he was just
Ew.
do y'all
like,
think
Carol
Dak
Ann,
Prescott is under a
please.
spell? Is that why he does the soup ads?
Yeah, Big Jerry is Gladys.
Big Jerry.
on accident, one day he buys Bush's baked beans, and he's like, "Well, fuck it, I
damn it.
guess.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we ball." Like,
Were you feeding me pea soup? Is that pea soup?
I was trying something different.
Yeah,
didn't
we
even
all
count-
know chicken noodle soup is good for the soul, and Gladys needs good souls. So
Wait,
I love it.
One of those nice. One of those kids was like, "You weren't even counting the macros on that. That's far too little protein."
yeah, he has a kid that's in bulk, and he's like,
Okay. The very
finding
end
out
of the
that
movie,
Brolin's kid fucking sucks. Also, it's like, oh man.
Why are you slandering that kid? The kid's fucked up.
the kid had bad vibes.
Bro,
made
like,
complete sense to me.
didn't he like threw something at Alex, and it was like, oh, this kid
Yes.
sucks. Like,
And also, Miss Gandy's bitch ass was like,
Miss
Marcus,
Gandy didn't do anything to make that better at all.
hey, stop. And I'm like, write him up.
Also, Miss
Send
Gandy
him-
was a little pushy when she pulled up on Alex and he didn't really want to talk to her. She was a little pushy. Come on,
Well,
Miss
that's what
Gandy.
that's what they're saying was like she got fired from her old district for inappropriate conduct with a student, and I'm like,
No, not with a student, with another
Or-
staff member. I think she
Oh.
was fucking one of her professors or one of her.
Yeah, that's
one
what
of
he
her
said. He's like, she got
coworkers.
fired for inappropriate contact. He's like, with another teacher. So yeah, it's
You know, Miss Gandy be fucking bros. Miss Gandy gonna get hers, bros.
Oh my god! All right, so that has been weapons. Go
we've all
see it.
been weaponized.
We've all been weaponized. We didn't. I don't know how long. We didn't talk far enough about the AR-15, but hey, fuck it, whatever. We keep it moving.
Man, I got so scared we were going
Just like Zach Krager did in that movie. He just kept it moving. Yeah. So we gonna do what we're watching. Derek, what are we watching?
whew. Well, let's see. I just wrapped up The Sandman, that second season of The Sandman.
Didn't even know that came out.
Yeah, they'd really brushed it under the rug because of Neil Gaiman's bitch ass. Fuck Neil Gaiman, but also the show, the second season was kind of rough. Then, did y'all talk about Together?
Yes,
No,
we did.
I will not
No.
be there.
Another movie with a teacher in it.
I never.
Movie with a
yeah.
teacher.
I never.
Uh,
X and I never saw it, but I think Tej did.
Okay. It's really fun. I wouldn't say it's the best movie in the world.
It's not.
But it's very, very fun.
Yeah.
Go see that. In terms of other stuff, not much. I'm just trying to just keep my eye on the prize when it comes to like starting school and surviving. So
Abandoning your kid. You abandoned your child.
I wouldn't do it.
Sure. Wink.
A wink.
Tej, what are you watching?
So I watched the obvious referential material for this movie. So I rewatched Magnolia, batshit insane film. Maybe the best Tom Cruise performance ever. It's just what a fucking film. It's 3 hours long. It probably should have been 2 hours long. It ends with a plague of frogs randomly. It is just the craziest fucking film. But there's also so much good about it. I also rewatched Prisoners. I think this is my second time watching Prisoners. It's not my personal go-to when I want to watch one of his films.
People love that movie.
But people are obsessed with Prisoners.
And I remember not being so blown away, but I remember being like, okay, when it came out, but he has so many better films than Prisoners. But
I agree with that. But the cast is fucking nails, and that really gets them through. But it's like if you're watching Prisoners, the relationship between Gyllenhaal's character and Wolverine in Jackman is so fucking fraught and tense, and it makes sense from the perspective of the dad whose kid is missing, but it doesn't really make sense why like Gyllenhaal is being a total dick to this guy whose kid has literally been kidnapped. And so it's just like, we have Jake Gyllenhaal on the set, we have this, we have Wolverine on set, we gotta have them butt heads like this. And it just kind of feels forced.
Also, what a painful movie. Just a hopeless movie.
Yes.
It's so, like, oh my God. It's so bleak.
That's a hopeless movie.
But a star-making role for Terrence Howard.
But
Terrence Howard is genuinely good. I also would say, if you have one of the greatest actresses in the entire world on the set, you should probably give her like some stuff to do. Like,
wasn't it Viola Davis?
Yes, she's fucking phenomenal. She gets like 2 scenes to really open up emotionally. Her fucking kid is missing. You could have given her 20 minutes of just pure sadness and dread, and the movie I think is missing that. But I think Prisoners is good. So I rewatched Prisoners. I rewatched Hereditary again, even though I just rewatched it like last month. What else have I been watching?
God, we used to be a proper country.
I've been
Prisoners
watching
made $122 million at the box office.
I've been watching the Netflix SEC series. Football is so painfully close to back. I really enjoyed the Netflix SEC series because my team wasn't in it, so I got to really slander the teams that were in it losing, which was incredible. I think that's it. I think that's all I've been watching. I've been on a big PTA kick because I watched Magnolia. So then I watched There Will Be Blood because of course I did.
Hell yeah.
And then I watched Boogie Nights because of course I did. And let me just say, I know people love There Will Be Blood, and I really like There Will Be Blood. Boogie Nights is my go-to PTA film.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights is so fucking insane. That movie, it legitimately makes no sense how good that movie is. And I will be seated for one war after another or whatever that's called. I'm seated for that. I will be there day one. PTA Hive, we are here.
You're not watching There Will Be Blood for the lulz, you know?
Facts.
Dex, what are you watching? Drink it up.
Wrapping up season 7 of The Office. Gonna watch the finale when I leave here.
I can't believe you made it that far. I quit when Michael left. I quit the show, bro.
Michael just left, so yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Did he leave mid-season?
Yes.
Yes, he left in the middle of one of the seasons.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Pretty close to the end. I think there was like 3 or 4 episodes after he left.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm wrapping up that season. He just left like maybe 2 episodes ago.
Hey, let's just have different celebrities come in and be the boss. Oh yeah, people will love it.
Yeah, I
had that idea.
I had no idea that Will Ferrell was in The Office at any point. Like, this never came up somehow.
Yeah,
like,
Idris Elba was in The Office.
Yeah, Idris Elba I had heard about before, and I had like seen memes like from his parts of The Office or whatever. But like, I had zero clue that Will Ferrell was in this. I know Chris Pratt shows up eventually, but like I'm not there yet. But so yeah, I'm gonna finish season 7. I rewatched Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret the other day. Delightful film.
Delightful movie.
Just utterly delightful. Shout out to Kathy Bates, true GOAT in the game. They won't appreciate you till you're gone, Kathy, but I do. You know, shout out to Kathy Bates. And
Rachel McAdams robbed of an Oscar nomination.
I've been checked into Bates Motel since day one. Do not speak about me like that.
The Waterboy is my favorite film of all time. I've been here.
Yeah, just look at the Kathy Bates filmography. It's like, damn, she's been everywhere. Like, that shit is long. But yeah, Rachel McAdams is also great in that movie. Everybody's good in that movie. It's just a really delightful and fun movie. It's on Peacock. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that's been pretty much it. The Office and Oh, There God Just Be Margaret.
I have
And
been
the Astros are back, baby.
Yeah, Josh Hader may be down with an injury. Anyway,
Oh,
so I watched Kneecap. I was talking about it before we came on here. It's on Netflix. Came out in 2024 to like really, really great reviews, and I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I think it's a brilliant first movie from that director, and the guys are the actual rappers in that group. They're incredible actors.
You said it's called Kneecap?
Kneecap.
What is this?
It's about a rap group that forms in they would call it the north of Ireland, Northern Ireland. That
Was Tyler talking to us about this?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
But it's about a rap group that is formed in Northern Ireland that they rap in Irish. They rap in the native Irish language, and it's all about them trying to bring back their heritage and stuff like that, while also working in sort of drug induced rampages, and it's unbelievable.
Is this
Are
not
they
Sinners?
black?
Hmm?
Are they black Irish or they're white dudes?
How many black Irish people are there?
I am literally a black Irish person.
What?
I'm black Irish.
Black Irish?
My last name is Finley. Where do you think that comes from?
I don't know.
Well, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Also, Royden, you just described Sinners.
I was just going to say that.
I guess so. No, I mean,
when they hit the Rocky Road to Dublin, was that not a rap song?
True.
Was Remick not
Those
spitting?
Irish jigs were cooking. Remick was really cooking out there with those little flutes, bro. It was going crazy. What an incredible film Sinners is.
It all comes back to Sinners.
To answer your question, no, they're very white, and no, they speak in whatever native, whatever. I guess it's just Irish. That's what the native tongue is, and so they try to bring it back and use it as sort of a mechanism for anarchy at a certain point. But so yeah, they do that, and it's just a really creative film. Honestly, go check it out. And then I watched before sunrise. So bring real yearning back.
Bring back real yearning.
The boys deserve to yearn.
So yeah,
the children long for the yearns.
Oh, I don't know if we've ever talked about this. The Summer I Turned Pretty. We talked about that.
Never seen it.
No, I don't think so. I've never seen it.
It's one of those Amazon like Netflix shows that is, or it is an Amazon Netflix show basically. Like they just took the Netflix formula and copied it from like, it's by the writer of P.S. I Love You, those Netflix movies, but she wrote a different book called The Summer I Turned Pretty, and they've made it or 3 books, and they've made it into 3 seasons. It's awful slop, and we can't stop watching it in this house.
All I know is there's a guy named Conrad, and apparently we don't like him. I don't know, but
I think we like Conrad.
We like Conrad. I
Yeah.
guess we don't like the other.
Jeremiah is the other one.
Isn't this the show with the girl named Belly?
Yeah.
Belly?
Her name,
Like-
they call her Belly, and
Like
it's like
Isabella, and they call her Belly or
Oh,
something like
got
that.
Like, I think we just need to cancel young adult novels. Period.
Stop all young adult novels until we figure out what's going on.
Listen, I'm about as left leaning as they come, but like when it comes to young adult novels with dumbass nicknames, I am as conservative as can
It's
be.
called young adult novels, woke nonsense. That's what
They are. They are.
The young adult novels that turn into TV shows that like actual adults watch. Let's not do that.
Let's not do it.
Let's not do that.
In fact, I would argue that a lot of those young adult novels are secretly conservative, but we don't have to really like,
We don't have to go into it.
we have to really dig into that too
We're
much.
looking at you, J.K. Rowling.
Looking at you, Nicholas Sparks.
Yeesh.
Jig is up, guys.
We're on to you.
So yeah, we after they've made billions of dollars. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been watching. So
That's
I don't have anything else other than I'm about to go dig into Black Irish history because I am uninformed.
Yeah, get
Fucking
hit.
bigot.
Yeah, I'm never beating the allegations on this podcast. So that has been a One Take Podcast, episode 200. And it's probably the final episode, actually. I think we're done.
I'm shutting this shit down.
I think we're done, right?
I think we're done.
All right.
Let me just go ahead and say something cancelable so that y'all can get kicked off the channel.
So there's one thing.
Going back, no.
No. Okay. So Derek, tell us where they can find. If you want to be found, do you want to be perceived?
At this point, no.
Okay.
Good point.
I have social media. It's all on private now. For various reasons. I mean, not my TikTok. My TikTok's not private, but I don't make videos on there, but I share funny things. But yeah, I don't have a podcast anymore. I don't have fun social media anymore. I'm just an adult now. I'm just a 30-year-old. I'm a 30-year-old man with nothing to do. So,
Aren't we all?
No.
Unfortunately, now
Teach,
we
are you a 30-year-old?
I am not a 30-year-old man. Unfortunately, I'm not.
All right. So go follow us.
He's a man. He's 40.
I'm 39.
Do not do that to me.
Let's not age up any more than I have to be aged up. Please, please, please.
So you can go follow us at the One Take Podcast on Twitter. Go follow us on YouTube. Like, download, and subscribe. Rate, review, as always. Thank you so much to everyone that has hung with us for 200 episodes. I know people come in and out on this show. We kind of do it for the funsies and come on here and talk. We don't get any money for this, but I do really appreciate the audience that we do have.
Well, give us some money. We'll take some.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll take some money. That'd be fun.
I'll sell anybody's shit. I don't care.
I don't care.
So, but genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to people that actually do listen to this. It's been really fun to continue to do this all the time, and we'll keep doing it for as long as I guess one of us doesn't get canceled, probably me, or we, get too important at work or something like that. But anyway, so Dex, as always, for the 200th time, what are we doing?
Hashtag support Florence Pugh. We're patiently waiting for Avengers Doomsday and Dune 3. It's going to be a big year next year for us.
Turn that shit up.
All right. Wow. We are out.